You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
All writers are prone to becoming so attached to our characters and stories that we struggle to see why a passage may not be working. It takes another set of eyes to help us nurture our writing to full maturity. At Black Wolf Editorial Services, we strive to enable writers to develop and grow, shaping stories into masterpieces that can stand the test of time. Editing services are provided for all genres and all age categories. Services range from critiques of the short story through to line edits of the full-length novel and copy editing for those preparing for publication. We also offer assistance on generating a writer's bio for your website, as well as help with those book blurbs and promotional material. We won't abandon you to the masses. We want to celebrate with you in your successes. Black Wolf Editorial Services, nurturing your writing into maturity. For a full list of services and prices, visit us at blackwolfeditorial.com.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control over your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank account, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problems now by calling the experts at Tax Mediation Services and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. Tax Mediation Services is accredited by the Better Business Bureau. Call now for a free case review and a price protection guaranteed quote.
Call Tax Mediation Services now at 800-610-9050. That's 800-610-9050. 800-610-9050.
KLRN Radio has advertising rates available. We have rates to fit almost any budget. Contact us at advertising@klrnradio.com.
This is Slickery Trigger for Rebel Road Tactical. With proper care and feeding, your pistol will be ready when you need it, there to save your life. Shouldn't your gear be that good? Whether you need a holster for comfortable everyday carry or a tough-as-nails holster for your next training course, Rebel Road Tactical has what you need. Check us out on the web at rebelroadtactical.com.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
The following message contains a special offer for listeners of this station. Are you a man over 40? Are you constantly looking for the nearest bathroom? Do you wake up multiple times a night to use the bathroom? Right now, Perfect Prostate is sending out free bottles of their groundbreaking new formula to listeners of this station. Perfect Prostate formula was developed by medical doctor Mitchell Fleischer, and its ingredients have been clinically studied to reduce your frequent nighttime bathroom visits and promote healthy urine flow. Right now, preferred customers get their first bottle of Perfect Prostate absolutely free. There's nothing to lose. Perfect Prostate is guaranteed to reduce that constant urge to use the bathroom, especially at night, and promote healthy urine flow. Don't wait. Call now for your free bottle. Just pay shipping and processing. Dial 1-800-675-0251. That's 1-800-675-0251. Supplies are limited. One free bottle per household. Call now. Dial 1-800-675-0251. That's 1-800-675-0251.
Hey folks, I want to introduce you to a friend of mine, Dr. Richard Hardin. We are on the same mission, which is waking up America. We just have different paths. So stay tuned for some information on how you can keep up with Richard and all his work.
Visit Richard's website at rahardin.com. That's the World Wide Web at rahardin.com. At his website, you can see a summary of the 6 books he has written, where purchases may be made. He also has a link to 18 videos on YouTube and several blogs about Christian beliefs. If you prefer, visit Amazon.com/Kindle and type in Richard Hardin to see and purchase his books.
Every day, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps stand ready to defend the American way of life. The few, the proud, the Marines.
This is Slickery Trigger for Rebel Road Tactical. With proper care and feeding, your pistol will be ready when you need it, there to save your life. Shouldn't your gear be that good? Whether you need a holster for comfortable everyday carry or a tough-as-nails holster for your next training course, Rebel Road Tactical has what you need. Check us out on the web at rebelroadtactical.com.
All right, folks. Well, happy Thursday evening. I'm sorry, this is Wednesday. Dude, I can't even remember what day it is. I'm so ready for the weekend. I've lost track. All right, so this is America Off the Rails. We are live right here on KLRNradio.com. Also going over to CRNtalk.com, AMFM247.com, Red Nation Rising Radio, and so many podcast sites I can't keep up with them all anymore. Now, I will have a guest with us in just a moment as soon as we finish the opening of the show. Mr. Jackson Richmond, who you may know from Red Alert Politics as well as American Action News, and also who hosts a show on WGRW Radio out of D.C., is actually going to be joining me this evening because we are going to be talking about some happenings that he is actually front and center for. A lot of the college protests and special snowflakes that are completely freaking out over the Donald Trump election. Now, I have a couple things that I want to say about that before I bring Jackson on, and we've got some time to kill before the show officially opens. So I just kind of want to have my little say about this for just a moment, so bear with me here. Now, as far as the special snowflakes, the ones that are in college right now, they're living on mommy and daddy's dime. They're sitting in their classes right now, sucking on their thumbs, coddling their safety pins, petting their therapy dogs, and playing with Play-Doh. Dude, seriously, your great-grandparents were saving the world when they were your age, and you are hiding in a college campus on your parents' dime, sucking your thumb, freaking out because of the person who won the presidency. Now, I want to remind each and every one of you that you same people, you same crazy, crazy people, you crazy, crazy kids, were laughing and pointing and freaking out when Donald Trump was saying if it was rigged and we didn't win it, then the right needed to riot. The right needed to grab the pitchforks and the torches, and we needed to go and we needed to march on D.C. Now, let me tell you firsthand, because, you know, if we were going to do that, it probably would have happened in 2008. Probably would have happened maybe in 2012. It wouldn't have happened again because here's the difference, kids. We understand that this is grown-up time. You know, elections are very important things. They matter. You know what irritates me about most of these people that are protesting right now, that are freaking out over this election? Guess what they didn't do? Go ahead. Take a guess. Guess what they didn't do. You want to guess? Just one little guess. They didn't vote. Most of them are freaking out right now, coming unglued, completely coming apart at the seams, and they didn't even bother to take part in the vote that might have made things go the other way. Most of the people that I have talked to that are upset and irritated and frustrated because they didn't get their way, they didn't even bother to participate. They didn't even bother to show up. And you know what that is? That is a direct correlation to this participation trophy mentality that is sweeping our education system and has been for a few decades now. Because they didn't think they had to show up, because it didn't matter how hard they tried in school, they still got participation trophies. Most of them still managed to get pushed through to the next grade because, hey, who cares? It's just a mark on a paper. Little Ricky, go ahead. Go back over into that corner. Eat some more paint chips. It's all right. We'll get you through. We'll get you through to the first grade. No problem. Go ahead. Go. Wait. You really shouldn't be putting the glue bottle there, Ricky. You really shouldn't be doing that. Okay. So fine. Go ahead and do that. But that is where we are in a nutshell. Now, again, when we come back, now that the show is officially about to open, we will have with us Mr. Jackson Richmond. Now, we do need to take a really quick break, pay a couple of bills, and when we come back, we'll have the official opening of the show. This is Rick Robinson. Right back in a minute.
I've owned my company for 14 years now, and I can tell you that payroll is a 4-letter word. I hate doing it. It eats up hours I don't have, and it costs me money I could be saving. But my accountant's too expensive, and I'm not sure who to call, but I know I need help.
We're Paychex, and we take all the hassles out of small business payroll. We save you time and money. It's easy. Call, fax, or give us your payroll information securely online, and we take care of the rest. We calculate the correct taxes, manage payments and direct deposits. We even send out your checks. Payroll doesn't need to be a 4-letter word anymore. We're so sure that we can save you time and money that we'll give you a month's payroll free. Just for calling 877-757-2782. Get 1 month's payroll for free. Call Paychex right now. 877-757-2782. That's 877-757-2782.
It's time to hear the truth about America's biggest challenges. You're listening to America Off the Rails with your host, Rick Robinson.
Listen, folks, I'm here to tell you our political system is broken. The two-party system is dead. They have become one and the same.
Keep on doing what you do, Rick. You're my favorite host.
And in a surprising and disturbing move today, the Libertarian vice presidential candidate just agreed that rifles are weapons of mass destruction, and people on the terror watch list should not be allowed to purchase guns. So in other words, the party of freedom is liberty for me, but not for thee. Go figure.
Compromise where you can. Where you can't, don't. Even if everyone is telling you that something wrong is something right. Even if the whole world is telling you to move, it is your duty to plant yourself like a tree.
All right, folks, welcome back. This is America Off the Rails. I'm your host, Rick Robinson, and right now joining me live is Jackson Richmond right here on KLRNradio.com. Good evening, Jackson. How are you? Maybe?
Hello, Rick.
Hey, how you doing, man? Thought maybe we lost you for a second there.
No, I'm still alive, thank God.
Well, you know, you've been right in the middle of ground zero for the last few days, so lots of folks have been kind of wondering what's been going on. All right, so since you are kind of right in the middle of one of these big protest groups, why don't you go ahead and start off by giving us any thoughts or impressions that you have, and then I have an audio clip that you've asked to play. We might as well get that going, too.
Sure. I was at the anti-Trump protest on George Washington University's campus yesterday, and based on the turnout, it looked like there were a few hundred students. Definitely not 1,000. They were in the student plaza, and it was planned as a walkout, in that students would wear black and walk out of their classrooms at the top of the hour and gather in the student plaza and basically vent the day away. There were student groups sponsoring the event from the GW Progressive Student Union, or as I like to call them, the GW Regressive Student Union. SJP, which stands for Students for Justice in Palestine, or as I like to call it, Students Justifying Pinocchio. The Feminist Union, and other leftist groups on campus. And one student talked about her, how to put this cleanly, one of her private parts, this is in reference to a 2005 video that was leaked recently where Donald Trump talked about how to
you mean how he likes to grab the kitty cats?
Grab them by the you-know-what.
Grab him by the kitty cat.
Exactly. I can't say it on air. And it was just a bunch of leftist rhetoric, and in the end, one student said, we couldn't, I think you have the clip, I don't know if you can play it, but we weren't able to get a permit. However, should we be able to protest without a permit? This is the United States of America. The police are a bigoted, heterosexual institution, even though the police were there to protect them. You know, there's a part of me that says, you know what, maybe they should have experimented without the police, have no police presence, you know? But the other part of me says, you know what, it's human life, it needs to be protected. You know, I can't be wishing ill will on someone, and to do so would be sadistic. So,
actually, we do have the clip.
Clip.
Yeah, we've got it right here. I've got it queued up right now. Hang on.
We did not have time to apply for a protest permit, which is something apparently we need to do in the United States of America, in our nation's capital. The police are part of a racist, hetero-patriarchal, heterosexist system. We have to comply.
I identify as transgender, and I will tell you, it was one of the most difficult decisions I have ever made in my life. And there are many other women, men, and individuals out there who also identify as transgender and are literally scared for their lives.
And we need to make sure that being so close to the White House is safe for our students. The George Washington University is to become a sanctuary for undocumented students. We reject the president-elect. We reject the president-elect. We reject the president-elect. We reject the president-elect. Hey guys.
Yeah, Rick.
Hang on just a second. All right, there we go.
Yeah, so that's a taste of the GW Snowflakes for you. And as we were marching out, I heard a student say, you're not going back to class, you're marching in the street. Translate that into what you said earlier at the top of the hour. You're wasting your parents' money. Go protest. I mean, it's just madness and ignorance. That's what happened. I mean, look, this whole election cycle has made me want to vomit. Thankfully, it's over. But the aftermath still makes me want to puke. So that's my spiel.
Well, yeah, but it's interesting that you bring that up because you and I have actually talked a couple of times throughout this election cycle, and neither one of us were on the side of Trump. We kept hoping beyond hope that somebody was going to pull off a miracle and he was not going to wind up being the president-elect. The issue is he is now the president-elect. I may not have wanted him. I may not have voted for him, and I'm catching all 9 kinds of heck for that because people are still like, oh my God, I can't believe you didn't vote for Trump. I didn't support him because I think he's crazy. I've been telling everybody that.
Same here.
I didn't.
I voted for neither.
I've been telling everybody that from the beginning. Why would I change? Why would I change my story now just because I happen to be wrong about how this election cycle was going to turn out? But let me tell you so far what I'm afraid I'm not wrong about. And that is that so far, from some of the choices he's beginning to make, I think we're looking at a carbon copy of the Obama administration. One case in point, and then I'll let you talk because I know you're the guest. The posting of Bannon as his policy advisor. Does anybody remember when the right made fun of the fact that Obama created that position specifically for Valerie Jarrett? And we talked about how it was something that he really shouldn't have been doing, and how if there was a Republican in office right now, that wouldn't have happened. Well, guess what? He didn't get rid of it. He didn't dispose of it. He didn't remove it. He didn't squelch it. He put Bannon in it. And I don't know Bannon personally, but I've done research about Bannon, and I've listened to people that do know him personally.
Yeah, I wrote about him in New Voice magazine. But I don't think Trump's administration is going to be a carbon copy of the current administration. You know, I mean, working with Speaker Ryan, they're going to basically undo Obama's policies. Obama has no legacy. Now, in terms of unfriendly rhetoric, sure, but in terms of policies like government regulations and taxes, I think it's going to be the flip side of the Obama administration. Maybe it's the right-wing version of the Obama administration in terms of atmosphere. But to say carbon copy, I think is a stretch.
Yeah, I mean, maybe a little bit of a stretch, but let me give you an example. And again, he hasn't been sworn in yet, so I don't know if any of what he's talking about now is going to happen. But does anybody remember the special prosecutor for Hillary that's now pretty much been walked back because they're good people? Does anybody remember the immediate repealing and replacing of Obamacare? Problem is, nobody heard the replace part, because when they first started realizing what he was saying after he was elected, they were like, oh my God, why does he need to replace it? I thought he said he was going to repeal it. Then like 3 days later, he's like, well, we're going to get rid of most of it. But there's parts of it that we're going to have to keep because some of it was a good idea.
Well, I mean, the part about letting someone be on their parents' plan until 26, I think that's fair. I mean, but most of it will be gone. There'll probably only be a couple aspects that will be in the new version, which in order to get rid of the old version, Obamacare will have to be repealed. So this isn't keeping Obamacare. This is taking a couple of ideas out of the thousands and thousands of pages of Obamacare. So, and I think to freak out at this time is immature.
Oh, no, I'm not freaking out at all.
Premature.